thing. So I'm so excited. I think a few more people are. Hi, I'm so sorry, guys. My internet is not being great tonight. I hope we don't get disconnected again. Are you all still there? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me go in the other room again. Let's hope this works. How embarrassing. So yeah, I wanted to jump on a call and just get to know all you guys and to kind of talk about the opportunity and give you guys the opportunity to ask any questions you have about coaching. And I mean, we have high hopes. I've been praying every night that this opportunity is coming here for you guys soon, because I know how excited you guys are about it. And you already love the Beachbody products. I know you guys are already using them. And I actually would love to meet you guys in person soon too. I've been thinking about holding kind of a small get together in London at my flat, or we could do it someplace kind of, you know, other place if it works better for everyone based on location or whatever. But I had the pleasure of meeting Elizabeth already. It was so great. She actually happened to be in London with her husband to be, and it was so lovely to meet them. So that was fantastic, but I'd love to meet more of you. But this is a great opportunity kind of just to get on here and chat and just be face-to-face. And I don't know how many people know actually my story and kind of how I got into Beachbody and where I started. So I was going to start a little bit with that. And then I'd like it to be more of kind of an open chat, and, you know, you guys kind of talk about, if you feel comfortable, a little bit about yourself and what interests you about Beachbody and the opportunity. And what questions you have. And because honestly, guys, I'm an open book and I'm here and I'm happy to kind of talk about anything that you want to talk about, any fears that you have, any questions just regarding, you know, the programs or the opportunity, you know, how it has changed my life. So yeah, so anyways, and I can go on and on and on. So just tell me to shut up anymore. But yeah, so I've been coaching now a little over 2 years. How I got into it is, as most of you or all of you know, I'm from the United States. And my boyfriend and I had got together. We met online. And around that time, things for me just really weren't going well. I was very depressed. I stopped working out because I had something going on with my health, but I couldn't figure out what it was. I ended up calling an ambulance on me at one point because I would just have these kind of panic attacks because I just wasn't feeling well. And the doctors finally said to me at one point, we just might not ever find out what's wrong with you. And at that moment I said that, well, that's unacceptable. I can't accept that. I can't just go around day by day not feeling like myself. So I kind of took matters into my own hands and started, you know, trying different things. And my family actually had said, I really think that you have celiac disease. I really think that you're allergic to gluten. I think you should cut it out. So I did that and I cut gluten out. And, you know, there were a lot of other things going on in my life too. So that was starting to get my health kind of on control. But my job at the time, I really disliked. I was in advertising and it was just draining, and there was just, you know, day in and day out, it was just like, it was just a job. I just walked in every day. I did what I had to do and I left, and I had no passion for it. You know, nothing about it made me excited. I didn't feel like at the end of the day, I was kind of doing anything to make a difference. So I just fell into this rut and I was very depressed, and I was lucky that I had someone like my boyfriend in my life in order to kind of help me get my mind straight. And, you know, around that time we were dating, and he said, I really want to move abroad before, you know, we settle down and have kids. And I was like, and that's when I just lost it. I just broke down and was crying because he was the best thing that ever happened to me. But I was like, how could I make this happen? I'm drowning in debt. I'm miserable. I mean, I literally was trying to be positive and excited about life, because who wants to be with a miserable person? So, you know, that's really where I was. And my coach now friended me on Facebook. So we just had mutual friends. I had no clue who she was. But we had mutual friends, and so I accepted her. And I just was watching her posts over and over again. She really was inspiring me with her story and how much Beachbody has changed her life. And I knew about the programs I had done. not T25, Hip Hop Abs was my first Beachbody program I ever owned. So I knew about the programs and the opportunity, you know, and that kind of part of the opportunity, but I had no clue about the coaching. So like I said, I was following her posts, and then, you know, months later, it took me that long. Months later, I finally, you know, got the kind of urge and courage to reach out to her and ask her more. And I said, you know, what is this? Like, it seems like a scam, but also it seems like it's changed your life in so many positive ways. I need to learn more. So I was totally skeptical in the beginning. And so she was like, we need to jump on the phone. So I was like, okay. So I basically told her a blimp of my story, and I said, this is where I am. I need a change. I really need to get out of debt. I need to get healthy again. You know, I haven't been feeling great. I finally just got diagnosed with gluten allergy. So I'm trying to get back on track with my eating and working out. And she basically just talked about how much this opportunity has done for her in her life. And I'm not even kidding, 15 minutes after being on the phone with her, I signed up, and my life hasn't been the same since. It was kind of crazy because although I was so skeptical, I didn't really at that point do too much research. I just was like, okay, if I can, all I need to do is buy a challenge pack, which most of you know, I believe is a workout program in the shakes. And it was a 21-day fix for me. It was a newer program at that time, and I'd already had T25, so I just jumped right in. And for me, it was like I just didn't even look back at that point. I saw the opportunity for what it was. I believed in it so much for what it could do for my life and how it could change my life. I just felt like it was literally everything I was ever looking for. I loved health and fitness. I always wanted to help people. I wanted to become financially stable and do that through helping others and owning my own business. And to be able to do that for $140 was like mind blowing to me. But I still had this demanding full-time job. So it was like, how do I make it work? And I'm sure that's what a lot of you probably are thinking, because I'm sure all of you work. I've talked to most of you, and you know, in the beginning it is tough, and I'll be completely honest with you. It's like you have to just find the time. You have to commit to it completely and dig deep into your why and why you want to be doing this and how it can change your life. And just find the time when you can. I mean, I would wake up early and do my workouts in the morning. I would I'd be posting on the train to work, and that would be my first post for the day. And I would read personal development as well, because most of you probably know it's a huge part of this business and it's helped me so much. So I'd post my first post of the day, and then if I could during lunchtime, I'd try to, you know, check in with people and post my second post. And then at night I'd come home from work and I would work. And again, like I said, my boyfriend from day one has been, you know, really supportive of my dreams and has really helped me to be who I am today. But then, you know, he was a support, but then Beachbody was the tools. It was the platform that allowed me to build this life of happiness and personal freedom and just really everyday feeling like I have meaning and I'm making a difference in people's lives. And I mean, like just having opportunity, I don't even know all of you, but just having opportunity to be on this call right now and knowing that the hope and determination, motivation that lies be like with you guys is just such an amazing thing for me. It's just this opportunity gives you such an incredible opportunity to connect with just people in the world and that want more out of life, that want to live a positive, fulfilling life. And, you know, not many people get that every day. And it actually is really sad. And I wish I could express that more through the posts, and I wish you could just know how amazing this opportunity is before you get really in it, because it really, I think, is hard to grasp until you're in it. Like Summit's coming up in a week, and I know you guys probably all know what Beachbody Summit is, and it really is life-changing. It's like I always say, I wish I could literally take you guys and like put you in Summit for like a few days, because everyone would want to be a coach, because it's that incredible. Like the community of people, and you know, it's not, and working out with the trainers is great, but it really is the positivity that you're surrounded by and the motivation to want to succeed and do amazing things in life, and how just simply helping people can create this, you know, amazing kind of life that you always wanted. And the beautiful part about this is when a lot of coaches get stuck on in the beginning is they don't understand what their why is. They don't know. You know, for me, my big why was being able to get to a place financially where I could leave my other job and move to London with my boyfriend. Like, that was our goal. And I thought, if I can't do that, he's going to leave me. And I mean, it sounds like really extreme, but that's how I felt. Like, I felt like, who's going to want to be with someone who isn't passionate about life, who hates their job, who, you know, isn't, I loved health and fitness, but I wasn't committed to that, which he knew, you know, was drowning in debt. Like, who wants to be with that type of person? And he didn't make me feel that way, but that's the way I made myself feel, because I didn't want to be that person. I wasn't happy with who I was. And Beachbody just changed all of that for me. And it's such an emotional thing for me, because I don't really know where I'd be if it wasn't for this opportunity. I hope that I would have found my way some other way, but I just can't imagine not being a coach and not having the opportunity to connect with all of you, and the opportunity to travel the world and be enlightened and inspired by culture and people. And yeah, and I think so. Sorry, I kind of jump all over the place, but going back to why, like, a lot of people, I think, struggle with that in the beginning, and they struggle with, well, what is my why? And I think a lot of it is because they try to mirror what other coaches are doing, and they see, you know, myself and these other top coaches, and they're like, well, I need to want what they want in order to make this work, which is completely the wrong way to go about this. The only way you're going to be successful in this business is, one, if you truly want to help people, and two, if you truly want to make a difference in your life for you. And I say you because, honestly, like, everyone's life's goals are different, and everyone has a different dream board and picture as to what they want their life to be. So, you know, I'll say, like, now, like, loud and clear, like, before you guys even jump into this opportunity, like, just think about that, and, you know, write down, like, what are your life goals, like short-term and long-term goals, and really dig deep and think about the things that you want to reach for, whether it's, you know, quitting your day job now because you hate it and it's just negative energy, and, you know, you want to be just doing Beachbody full time because it's positive and you want to help others, whether it's, I know a lot of people in this business are actually military families, so they're trying to retire their spouse. So that's a huge part of why they wanted to coach and kind of get into this. So they're already a stay-home mom, and their husband's in the service, and they want to bring them home. Maybe it's buying your dream home. Maybe it's, you know, having enough money. It could even be having enough money to not live paycheck to paycheck. I mean, I was living paycheck to paycheck, and I had over, I don't know, $15,000 in debt on top of it. So it was like, I just had no way of getting to where I wanted to be. It was just a constant pain and struggle of, I can't travel, I can't do things that I want to do. You know, not feeling like you have money to survive, especially if you have children. It's just, no one should have to go through that. I mean, you don't need to have to want to be a millionaire. I mean, personally, I think it'd be great to be a millionaire, but not everyone, that's not everyone's goal. So whatever your goal is, you know, connect with that, and, you know, like I said, write them down and really dig deep and think about them, because that's going to be your why. That's going to be what pushes you forward and what makes you every day make the time to talk to people and to, you know, research this business and to learn about it and to want to kind of, you know, do everything that you can in order to get to where you want to be. Is going to be those key things that, you know, that has to do with your family or your own personal goals, and it's going to help you get there. So, I mean, that's like my big picture, like the things that I feel like are really important to kind of just say up front, guys, and like about this opportunity, and what I feel is super important from the beginning in order to get in the right mindset to helping others and helping yourself. Because I think a lot of my coaches, I think, struggle with wanting more for themselves, because they'll say, well, my life is good. And I'm like, okay, well, let's make it great. Like, why are you settling? Like, why are you settling for good? Like, because people feel so bad wanting more and feeling like, oh, well, my life's not enough right now. And it's not to say that your life is shit right now. To be honest, I thought my life was shit. I really did. And I look back and I still think it was. But a lot of people struggle with having that feeling and thinking like that. because they think, well, I should just be happy with what I have. Like, why am I trying to strive for more? But at the end of the day, this is one life, guys. You get one life to live, and why not shoot for more? Like, why put limits on your ability in order to do the things you love? Like, I don't want to be a millionaire just to be a millionaire and to buy nice things and to have houses all over the place. I mean, I want that from a standpoint of being able to experience the world and, like I said, experience different cultures. Like, I wanted to travel the world to meet amazing people like you and to just step out of my comfort zone and try new things. Like, I wrote a post the other day. I just got back from a cruise and I went to Venice for the first time, and there's something about that city that just lit a fire within me. Like, the people and the culture, it just like inspired me. And like, those are the type of things that are important. And I think people just get stuck in their everyday life and they think this is it. And this is what I just have to accept. And my life is just going to be this for the next, 70 years or whatever it may be. We all hope we live that long. But it doesn't have to be, and it can change, and it can be exciting, and it can be whatever you want it to be. I think that's the beauty of this business and just being able to be financially stable is it's your life and you get to design it. And I love that saying, like, create the life you always wanted, because it's true and it's possible. So I'm going to stop blabbing now, and I want to open it up to you guys to, if you don't mind, kind of sharing your story. Like, when did you even like first learn about Beachbody, and where did your passion begin with like this opportunity and wanting to get started into it? And what does it mean for you? I mean, if you don't mind sharing, like, what, where are you right now in your life, and what do you feel like this opportunity could do for you?
Okay, I'll go first. Can you hear me? Yeah. I think I first heard about it at work when, like 4 years ago. And I don't know you other people. I work for the police. I'm a police officer, but I was absolutely miserable doing that job. And someone else I know said, "Hey, I've got this insanity program. Maybe you want to try that." So I was like, "Oh, I don't know. I'll see how it goes." And I tried it, and I was like, "Oh my God, you know what? This is hard work." But then I absolutely loved it. And, once you get into the routine, you just end up getting really stuck into it. So after Insanity, I did Insanity twice, and then 225, and then I can't remember what else I did. I did another program, and then Hammer and Chisel, which is my favourite. But yeah, it's made me a happier person, I think. Definitely a happier person, because I think it's a lot of it's my job. You kind of get sucked in by all the negativity that you deal with all the time, and you can't help but like take some of it home with you. So I just think it's made me a lot happier, definitely. And obviously my other half thinks it has as well, so that's a good thing. But like you said, I want to go out. It's a massive opportunity, and you've got to grab it when it's there. Surely if someone hands you something like that, you've got to take it. So that's what I'm going to do. But I want to go out. There's a whole world out there that I need to go and see, because at the moment, stuck doing a shift working job as well, trying to get time off to even go anywhere is almost impossible. So I want to, it's made me a happier person. I think if I can help someone else do that, then that's got to be a good thing, surely. So, and I know plenty of miserable people, so that's a good start.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing, Elizabeth. Yeah, I know we talked about that a bit, and I can only imagine the negativity that is surrounded by that kind of field of work. And Elizabeth and I were talking when we got a chance to meet with, like, I feel like you get into that kind of line of work because you feel like you're going to make a difference in life, but then now there's all this kind of bullshit that surrounds it, for lack of a better word, that brings it down and makes it negative. So Beachbody is just so positive, and the community is one of the best parts, because there's just so many amazing people surrounded by you who are willing to put themselves out there to help you. And it's not even just in our team. It's just, you could reach out to any coach and just ask them for advice, or, and mostly, I'd say 98% would get back to you and help you. So it's just a really great opportunity. Does anyone else want to share?
Yeah. So I heard of, I didn't even know it was Beachbody, but I'd heard of Insanity and P90X years and years ago. And I was a bit obsessed with fitness DVDs, but I never bought them. I always thought, oh, they're really expensive. And if I'd known now what they were about, then I would have bought them back then. But I was used to paying like £15 for one DVD, and you do the same workout every single day. And it wasn't until last year that I really got into it, because I started studying IIN. So I had loads of friends on Facebook from America, and then loads of them are coaches or knew someone. So my Facebook feed was just flooded every single day of people doing Beachbody. I'm like, oh, what's this? So I bought 21 Day Fix, and as soon as I did it, I wanted to coach. I was like, it seems like the perfect job. You're helping people get motivated to exercise every single day. But it didn't take long to realise that I couldn't coach. So been waiting ever since, and I just can't wait. It just to be able to help people. So I teach yoga, but I've had to cut down because it's just absolutely exhausting. So I work full time as well. So work 9 to 5, then come home, then go out again and teach. So I've been thinking for a while, I can't do that forever. It's just too draining, and having to advertise constantly for classes, and then obviously people can't show up every week, they're ill or they're on holiday. So it's really draining to go out and you don't have many people there. So I love being able to help people in that way. So this is kind of the better solution. You're at home, I can work around my job. It's just, I can't wait.
Yay. And you were teaching PIO, Hannah, right? Or was it just yoga in general?
Yeah, I have been teaching PIO, but I've cut my classes right down, just because it's just got too much. Yeah. So I'm down to just teaching one class. So we'll see. I do love teaching PIO, and people that came to my class do miss it. So maybe I'll just do one-off classes every now and then.
Where do you hold them? I'm just curious.
I used to just hire just a room in a venue.
Okay.
Which was quite nice, because it attracted people that maybe didn't usually want to go to gyms. So they quite like just coming to the one class.
Nice. Well, I know you and I have talked a lot, and I think it's going to be perfect for you, and you're going to love it so much. So I'm really excited for this opportunity to be here for you. Jen or Sally, do you guys want to share? I don't know who's called in, so.
Okay. So I think I first picked P90X up back in 2009, 2010. It was like years and years ago. And I started it, but then found it was quite, some of the sessions were quite long, especially like the yoga. And at the time I was a student doing paramedic science. So as you can imagine, it's quite an intensive course, not a lot of time to exercise. And then once I qualified, a mate of mine on station told me about Insanity. And said, it's 45 minutes, it's absolutely mental. Would you like me to get you like a copy of my DVD so you can give it a go? Which I did, and I fell in love with it. I thought Shaun T was just absolutely crazy as anything, but I just found him so fresh, and so you don't get sick of his attitude, you don't get sick of his routine. He makes it so fun, and you're sweating buckets, you're blowing out your ass, so to speak, but you're still enjoying it, and it makes that 45 minutes go so quick. So I completed my first Insanity program back in, I think it was 2012, and got down to pretty much my goal weight, felt absolutely brilliant. And then
we had a load of shift changes on station. We went to 12-hour shifts. And I just, 45 minutes an hour every day was just impossible because, I mean, you know, Elizabeth, it's that sort of sector. You don't finish your shifts on time ever. It's just an impossibility. So I was doing like 14-hour days quite regularly, and then coming home and thinking, I've just not physically or mentally got the energy. So my weight slowly crept back up. And I got a bit into Gillian Michaels. I was on and off with some of her programs for quite a while, but never really saw them through. I've got loads of her programs downstairs. I probably own like 3/4 of what she's done. But then I started getting more back into the Beachbody stuff. So I heard P90X2 had come out, but then there was a P90X3. So I kind of kept an eye out for that. Bought P90X3, but then 21 Day Fix came out, and I've got like loads of Beachbody programs downstairs, but the only one I ever completed after Insanity was 21 Day Fix, and that was like a couple of months ago. So I'm just recovering from a knee injury from snowboarding, which I did back in February, and I've ended up putting 2 stone in weight on, which does not make me a happy bunny at all. I don't fit into my ambulance uniform. So yeah, I'm cracking on with 21 Day Fix Extreme at the moment, which I'm finding just as great as 21 Day Fix, if not a bit better, to be honest. Certainly enjoying the Pilates more with the band. That's a bit more of a challenge. But ultimately, you know, I don't want to be working 10-hour, 12-hour, 14-hour days. You know, I've got 2 dogs at home, which I very rarely see because, you know, they get kind of left while I go off and work a shift. My husband works away from home, so we don't tend to see each other that often. And I think, especially since I completed 21 Day Fix, my love for fitness has kind of like massively come back again. And I constantly tell people about the 21 Day Fix container system, constantly tell them about the workouts that are only half an hour long. You know, who doesn't have an extra half an hour in the day? So easy to fit in. And I like inspiring people. But last thing I want to do is be getting to 65 and still carrying people down flights of stairs and still jumping on people's chests trying to do CPR when, you know, I've probably had 2 heart attacks by that point. So yeah, ultimately I want to do this so I don't have to go and work a conventional job anymore. Although I love the job with the ambulance service, it's not sustainable long term. I've burnt out once, recovered, gone back to it, but I don't want to burn out on the service again. And yeah, ultimately I want to spend more time with my family. I want to be kind of like a positive role model for other people. And I want to see kind of the nation as a whole get fitter, because there's far too much obesity, there's far too many preventable deaths. And I really want to contribute to kind of like the nation becoming a healthier nation as what it used to be. So yeah, that's kind of my story in a little tiny nutshell, really.
No, it's so great. Thank you so much for sharing. You inspired me, honestly. It's such a beautiful story. And I see that already in the challenge groups. I feel like you're regaining that energy and that motivation in order to, get back into the fitness routine. And you committed to the 21 Day Fix that time. I know exactly what you're talking about. And but I am gonna challenge you for a minute. Like, why not go back to Shaun T? Because I'm a Shaun T lover. I mean, when you were talking about him, like, he literally lights a fire within me. I know exactly what you're talking about, because so I have people all the time be like, I can't do that workout because I hate that trainer. And I'll be like, what do you mean? How do you hate the trainer? Like, it's fine. Like, just ignore it. Just do the workout. But then I did P90X3 and I hated Tony Horton. Like I feel so bad saying that, but like he's not, like he didn't do it for me. I love his new program. I love it. But the P90X3, for some reason, he drove me nuts. And I didn't feel the same way that I felt about Shaun T. Like P25 is like seriously my soul program because I just love him so much. I agree with you. Like he just motivates people and inspires people because he really does care. Like that's the thing. Like I really think he like genuinely really cares and has so much heart and passion for what he does, and that just comes through. So why not go back to one of his programs? Or do you just really love the 21 days?
I love Autumn. I think she's a fantastic trainer. I did try Charlene. I tried Turbo Fire, and I just couldn't. I couldn't get on with her at all. I didn't like her style of training. Just not me. But Autumn, I think, is very on par with Shaun T in a completely different way.
Yeah.
But motivating all the same, and I never tire of her workouts. So I'm gonna see this round of the Extreme through. I've got we're doing the challenge at the moment, aren't we? So got kind of like another 2.5 weeks left of that, and then I've got T25 downstairs, so may go back to T25. I think when I first started 21 Day Fix last time, I was just in kind of like my recovery period from my knee. So what I didn't want to do is push my knee too hard too soon, which ultimately I kind of did in a way, because I then went on to do hammer and chisel after my initial round of 21 Days Fix, and it's absolutely it's knackered my knees for a bit, to be honest. So kind of, I think I got to like week 3, week 4, and ended up having rest day after rest day because my knees were just shot. So I kind of thought, well, go back to Autumn. Her workouts are half an hour. They're as bouncy or as static as you want them to be. And plus my husband's pinched my T25 at the moment. He kind of takes DVDs to work with him, so I've kind of got limited access to that at the moment. So, yeah, I'm gonna look at.
Sorry, I was just saying T25 is it's so great for traveling because like the first whole half you don't need any weights or anything. So
yeah, I did. I think I did the first few routines of it, but as I say, at the time my knee wasn't as strong as what it is now, so I kind of thought I'll go back to 21 days because I know it's fairly low impact, and then I thought I'll complete this round of the Extreme and then go back to T25. So, and then if I get some more time in my day, maybe do another round of Insanity.
Have you heard of this? There's this new tape that you can use that you can put around like your knees and joints in order to help them when you're like working out. Have you heard of this? I can't remember the exact name. Yeah. Do you try anything like that or?
No, I'm trying to kind of leave my knees unsupported if I can. I mean that sort of tape it's good, but when you're looking at things like knee joints, with it being massively weight bearing joints, you're focusing on kind of like strengthening that joint, and I kind of think it's a bit counterproductive sometimes.
Yeah,
putting something on to support the joint when you're trying to build strength up. So it's not doing too bad at the moment. I'm kind of taking it day to day, and I did my lower fix before work this morning, which absolutely killed me, but I'm
proud of you, and like I said, I mean, you inspire me, so keep going, and we'll keep the challenge group going, and hopefully that helps you, and then we'll talk about what to move on to next.
Cool.
Sally.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. So I've been asking Beachbody for 4 years now when they're going to start coaching, and they got so sick of me asking that they just ended up replying to my last 2 emails saying, just check on social media. It's like, it's not good enough for me. I need to know. So I've done loads of programs. I've signed up on Team Beachbody. I've got myself a coach, and even though there's no coaching going on because I'm not, and ordered Shakeology from the US a couple of times. Really liked it. Liked it so much so that I've actually concocted, I was telling Heather before, my own little version. Wondering whether I should start to market it. But if Shakeology actually came to the UK, then I would go with that, because there's some stuff in it, in Shakeology, that I couldn't get hold of in the UK. So I don't know if that's part of the reason why it's not here yet. But I was just wondering, Heather, if you, what makes you think that it's going to be this summit it'll get announced? Because last summit, that's all I was listening to, when they do the broadcasts of it. That's all I was listening to was, when's it going to be in the UK? And there was nothing. And what makes you think that this is the year?
And it is tough because they don't tell you everything, but I am working with a corporate mentor now because I'm at the level I'm at, and I just feel he's been hinting towards me, he won't say it, but he's been like, oh yeah, I'm really excited for you. And I know they hired recently, a while ago. So when I was at Leadership earlier this year, they had hired basically an international guru, so a guy that in sales and marketing who had global experience. So, and they announced that. So I felt like that was kind of a sign as well that they were trying to go abroad and they needed a specialist in order to do that. Because we all know, we understand what it goes into. It's a lot of things, all of the UK regulations are very different than the US. So to your point, Sally, a lot of people are saying that, well, this kind of concerns me. Why is Shakeology not getting approved? Is there something in it? But it's not that. It's just the laws are different, and they just have to go through all this process. And I mean, it could have something to do with some of the ingredients, but I feel 100% confident.
Yeah, I think.
No, it's okay. But I feel confident in the ingredients that nothing's weird in there. You know what I mean? It's just. What were you gonna say?
Hello.
Hello.
I was going to say well as well.
Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me?
Hello. I've totally missed the last minute. I couldn't hear anything.
Me too.
Okay.
No.
Can you hear me now? I'm sorry.
What did you just say, Heather? I got up to where.
Oh no.
Oh,
I'm sorry, guys. Can you hear me?
you're in London. You should have the best internet connection.
It's so bad. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I have EE, and they told me, so we just moved. They told me the internet is great, but clearly not. I'm sorry. I don't know when you guys got cut off.
I got cut off at the bit about how some of the ingredients aren't here and it's regulations and things, and then I didn't get any of the other stuff.
Yeah, I was just saying that a lot of people think, oh, well, that's why it's not coming here. And I think there's just a lot of things that Beachbody needs to figure out in order to come here. And I think, personally, it's because they maybe aren't just going to launch in the UK and they're going to launch bigger. And I know the supply chain has been an issue with orders. So I think that was something they really wanted to figure out too. Because we've had issues with orders being messed up in the past. And so I think they really wanted to make sure that they were able to manage basically the volume that they know was going to happen when they launched here, because they know how many of you guys are so excited about it. So I think they know it's going to be this constant push. And I think they just want to make sure they're ready. But to your point, like I was saying, I think I've just been getting these small hints that I really feel it's coming here. But it's interesting, Hannah, I know you're friends with Eve, right? Are you guys good friends, or you kind of just connect over social media, or?
No, we've only met once, so it's all through Facebook.
Okay. So she made a comment too that she had talked to someone, and she like the other day she said, no, I don't think it's coming here so soon, but I don't know. I mean, everything that has been telling me is that it is. So and they love to make these big announcements at Summit. So I really do feel really confident that it's going to be one of the announcements.
So,
There are a lot of people hinting.
Yeah.
Did you see Carl Deichler's post about Brexit? I was like, you're not even over here. What's that about?
I didn't see it. What did he say?
He was basically saying how successful companies thrive in down markets. And how he felt really knocked about the whole Brexit vote, but he was going to use it as an opportunity to like overcome. And so I thought, well, why is he posting that? And then, so when you messaged me about this call, I messaged Amy, who is a coach I'm in touch with in the US. She's on the coach advisory board, and I was like hoping for some sort of like information, but she wasn't giving anything away.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's told not to, even if she knows.
Yeah.
She must know, she's on the board. But yeah, I mean, they're told not to say anything, obviously, because then that would just start this riot. And but I honestly, and I mean, we've all been prying, because I said to my mentor, I said, you can't just say things like that and then not tell me, you know. And I've gone
knowing that you're England.
Yeah, exactly. And I've gone on a call before with someone there, and there literally was a huge England flag on the back of the office. So like those type of things where I'm like, why would that be there? You know? So I just really feel strongly about it. And we all know that, you know, Shaun T has a huge presence here. Like the Beachbody UK has existed for a while now. Like because programs were available for all of you, and that doesn't exist across the world. Like you can't just buy a Beachbody program anywhere, but it's been here for a reason, because I think they always knew they wanted to come into this market. And I wish I had like more insights as to why it's taken so long. But again, obviously they don't share all of that information. So, but yeah, does, Sally, so Amy won't give you like any information, really? She hasn't said anything?
She said, literally her line response was, really, where did you hear that? And I was like, well, I haven't heard it. I'm just like putting out into the universe that this is going to happen. And then she was just like, other topic. So yeah, there was no information given. I was like, oh, I got some.
I feel like we just have to be ready for it if it does happen at Summit. And, you know, I want you guys to feel like you have the tools you need in order to get started and get started right. Because, I mean, oh my God, I wish I started in the US when it first launched. And I just think it's going to be such an incredible opportunity for you guys. I mean, you really just have this huge pool of people to start talking to and to help. So, I mean, really, like the world is your oyster at that moment. And you can do really well in this business quick. So I think, like we talked about, I think the things to start doing is, and I think it would be great to share in our UK page, you know, the types of goals that you have, and, you know, what is your why, and to think about that, and, you know, share it with all of us so we can, you know, comment and, you know, challenge you maybe on it and get you excited about it. Maybe your goals aren't big enough, and, you know, that's something, or you can just send it to me personally if you want. We can kind of talk about it. So I would think about your short-term and long-term goals and what you're going to be working towards. Then also start thinking about who could you start talking to? Like, who are the people who you know could use these products, or the coaching opportunity, and who would be kind of fired up to be a part of this? Because just getting that stuff out there and getting it started just gives you that kind of upper hand in order to jump into this business and to feel comfortable with, you know, knowing who you want to start talking to and what you want to be doing. And I know you guys post in, you know, the pages, and Hannah already posts on her personal page. Because Hannah, you have a like page already. Like you're comfortable with already posting and sharing.
Yeah. Although I need to make a list of coaches and go through and make a list of what they're posting, because I never know how much to post on my personal page and how much to post on my like page. Because when I started it, it was all about my yoga business. So it was more advertising, whereas this is a bit different. It's a bit more personal. But obviously my personal page has got more reach. So I want to be putting stuff on there, but I need to make it different to my like page. So it's just deciding what to post where.
Yeah.
I need to work on.
What I've realized is the like page should be more, so like thinking about your brand. So if you love yoga, like think about who are the people that you want to attract, and the like page should be more about your brand. And yeah, you're going to post pictures about you and talk about yourself, but like most of these people are random people who you don't really know. So they really, and like, not to be mean, but don't care about you. You know what I mean? Not in the same way that people do on your personal page. So I think it's more sharing kind of your journey and about health and fitness, and just inspiring them with positive information, and kind of how this has changed your life from a bigger perspective, instead of, you know, focusing on, you know, like, I don't know, maybe just posting something personal, because again, they don't have that connection with you. So it doesn't really mean as much, whereas it would on your personal page. So I think that's the difference. It's not as personal. It's more adding value for people and inspiring them, if that helps at all. And we can talk about it more offline. But I think it's just kind of changing posts slightly in order to be a little different. But yeah, but I challenge, you know, like everyone, I think it would be good to start getting comfortable with posting and kind of putting yourself out there. I know it may feel weird because I know she wasn't able to be on the call, but I'm working with one woman, Anna, and she struggles because she puts it out there so much already that she has people who are interested. So she's like, well, I don't know how to manage that because I can't actually get them started yet. So I just told her just keep those conversations and help them in any way you can now. So most people already have the program. So even though they can't sign up with you as a coach and order shakes from you and order programs from you, just, you know, keep building that relationship and help them in any way you can, you know, help them with the meal plans, add them to my challenge groups if you want. Just keep that connection with them. So when the opportunity does come here, you know, they're already inspired and motivated to want to be with you and not someone else. You know what I mean? Like when that opportunity, even if they see it on TV or the internet, they're going to think of you because they know that you're a coach and they know that you are interested and want to be a coach, and they're going to want to be with you. So it's those type of things. And, you know, that's something to think about too, is in this business, especially in the US, obviously it's not here because the opportunity is not even here yet. But one of the big issues in the US is people think that there's just so many coaches that there's no one left to talk to, which we all know is crazy because the world is huge and there's plenty of people to talk to. But the thing with this business is people are going to go with who they know and who inspires them. So if Elizabeth and I are a coach and we know the same person, but Elizabeth has more of a connection with them, maybe they're in the same job that she is, so she's talking about the negative energy that she's surrounded by daily and that she needs to get out of it, and I'm talking about traveling the world and the freedom that I've created. Maybe they connect with Elizabeth more, so they're going to go with her. Like, that's just how it works, is that the more you can share your brand and the more people connect with who you are, they're going to be attracted to that person. So that's why it's so important to kind of develop yourself, and to put yourself out there in that way, because, you know, you will attract people, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if someone else is already talking to them and there's another coach, because they're going to go with whoever they feel like they can be inspired by most and that they feel like they're going to connect with most. So that's something to think about too when you think about talking to people and branding yourself and not being scared of sharing your story. Because, I mean, I listen to all of your stories and like they're all powerful and so inspiring in different ways. So, you know, don't forget that and be genuine and be authentically you, because that's what's going to, you know, draw people in. But yeah, I mean, that's really what I saw this call being tonight. I really just wanted to get on the call to get to know you guys and just, you know, see your face to face and talk with you, and learn a little bit about you. So, I mean, I'd like to start having these, you know, weekly if you guys want to. Hopefully we can get more people on the call, and I can start sharing more information on particular subjects, if that's something that interests you guys, we can talk about it in the page. And you know, feel free to post in there, like, these are the types of things that I would love to know more about, because I'm happy to do that and kind of jump on. And like I said, I would like to organize something for us to meet up too. So I don't know exactly where everyone is. I'm not the best with like geography and where things are yet in the UK. But
I think we're all like north of England.
Yeah.
Yay!
I know Sally is. I know she lives not far away from where I'm originally from.
Okay.
Where are you from?
I'm from Sunderland.
I'm a Mackem myself.
Fab.
We should have been talking in my Mackem accents the whole time.
I know. But I've been living in Yorkshire since like 2008. So. Yorkshire.
Maybe we should go to Sally.
You know, a mate of mine that I went to Bradford Uni, Elizabeth. You know, Sando. Sando, I think you're friends with him on Facebook. What's his name? Paul Sanderson. Oh, I work with him. Yeah. I thought you might. Yeah, very small world. How weird is that? I know.
Wow, that's funny.
So whereabouts are you, Elizabeth?
I am, near Bradford.
Near Bradford?
Yeah.
I'm in Doncaster at the moment.
All right. Not as bad as Bradford, though.
So somebody's got to live in Doncaster. So
Bradford's about an hour away from me.
Yeah.
Don't go there.
If you do, just kind of drive straight back out again.
Windows up, drive straight on.
Sally, it looks like you have a nice backyard. Maybe we should just come there.
County Durham's where it's at.
I've actually seen a really, really nice house in Durham that I want to buy. It's like 300k, but it's a converted chapel.
Nice.
Massive.
There you go. Put that on the dream board.
Yeah.
It's not Exeterley Street, is it?
No. Actually, I'll if you bear with us a second, I'll have a look on my right move and see where it is. I tend to look at house porn when I'm bored. So
Hannah, are you in
I'm
London?
in Nottingham.
I'm away. Sorry.
Nottingham.
All right. That's not far from. That's like in the middle of both. That's in the middle of us and Heather.
Slightly north, but not very.
So maybe I'll just have to come to you guys. I'll plan something and we'll figure it out.
It's in Stanley. I don't know if you can. No, you can't really see that.
Was
That's
it?
a bit scary.
I know this is totally off topic. Is it the one that was on that TV program where they did it out inside?
I think it might be actually. I think it was on
because that's my friend Jamie Daniels' mum's house.
What?
On the outs. It's on the outskirts of,
You'll have to
Stanley.
Facebook me the link and I'll tell you if it's the one.
Yeah, 2014. The property was featured on a recently televised design program.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, it's my friend Jamie's house. It's my
mental.
Small world.
Small
There
world.
we go.
Funny. Hi, Ruth.
Hey.
I don't know where that noise is coming from, but it was so good to see you. But we'll definitely pick up again soon, and I'll post on the page the recording for everyone, and then we can figure out when we'll do it again, what the topic will be. Okay. Great. Bye. Bye.
Nice meeting you. Bye.
Lovely to see you guys.